The Nasat think conquering Earth will crush humanity's resistance. But attacking humanity's homeworld will be the greatest regret of their pathetic alien lives, Logan muttered as he docked his ship at the Nasat-controlled spaceport. Logan was deep in enemy territory for routine maintenance on his starship, but he overheard something that made his blood run cold. High-ranking Nasat commander Groose was plotting a surprise invasion of Earth to seize control of the human homeworld. The arrogant alien believed humans were primitive upstarts that needed to be put in their place under Nasat galactic rule. Logan realized he might be the only one who could warn Earth in time. Loyal to his home planet and highly trained in combat, the starship captain knew he had to find a way to get a message to human leaders. But sending any transmission from Nasat-controlled space risked being intercepted. The enemy's advanced technology gave them eyes and ears everywhere. As Logan gathered intel on the impending attack, he discovered a weakness in the Nasat's plans. For all their superior weapons and ships, the aliens vastly underestimated human tenacity and resolve. They'd never faced an enemy as unpredictable and determined as mankind. Logan saw an opportunity. He could save Earth and strike a devastating blow to Nasat arrogance. Though outnumbered and outgunned, humans had guts, smarts, and sheer stubborn grit on their side. Making contact with trusted human allies and Nasat defectors, Logan began formulating a plan. He'd send the alien aggressors a clear message: do not fuck with Earth. Disrupt the invasion before it began. Prove that humans would never bow down, no matter the odds. The future of humanity and their role among the stars hung in the balance. All depended on Logan and his ragtag team pulling off an impossible mission against the mighty Nasat war machine. Earth's survival was on the line. With a plan formulated, Logan set it into motion. He acquired a low-ranking technician's uniform and forged identification papers. Slipping into the Nasat Military Command Center, he kept his head down and played the part of a dutiful worker drone. Once inside, Logan made his way to a secluded terminal. His fingers flew over the controls as he hacked through layer after layer of security. Decrypted plans flashed across the screen, revealing the full scope of Gruss's invasion. Supply lines, fleet movements, communication protocols. It was all there for the taking. But simply stealing the data wasn't enough. Logan went a step further, planting insidious logic bombs throughout the system. When the time came, they would activate, crippling critical systems at a pivotal moment. Task complete, Logan slipped away and stowed aboard a lumbering cargo ship bound for the front. As it trudged through space, he composed a coded message detailing everything he had learned. With a few taps, it beamed towards Earth, carrying precious forewarning. The cargo ship docked at the Nasat staging point, a hive of activity, as the fleet prepared for the impending strike. Logan blended into the crowd and boarded the command dreadnought housing Gruss himself. Deep in the bowels of the ship, he placed explosive charges on the reactor's cooling system. As the timer ticked down, perfectly synchronized with the logic bomb's activation, Logan made his way off the ship. Sirens pierced the air as the countdown to the invasion reached its final moments. But instead of the fleet jumping to Earth, chaos erupted. Reactors went critical, weapons malfunctioned, and systems crashed. The Nasat fleet was dead in space. That's when Earth's stealth ships materialized as if from nowhere. Pulses of antimatter tore through the immobilized Nasat vessels, ripping them apart from the inside out. Logan raced for an escape pod, the timer on his charges nearing 0. He sealed the hatch just as a titanic explosion shattered the dreadnought, Gruss and his plans vanishing in a blinding maelstrom of plasma and debris. As the escape pod tumbled away, buffeted by the shockwave, Logan gazed out the viewport at the flaming Nasat wreckage. Earth had shown that even a single human could make the difference between domination and freedom. They had won this battle, but the war was nowhere near the end. The Nasat would be back with a vengeance, and Earth had to be ready. As the dust settles from Logan's devastating strike on the Nasat invasion fleet, Earth's top brass knows they need to press their sudden advantage. General Marcus Tremblay, the grizzled supreme commander of Earth's military might, slams his fist on the table. We've got those alien bastards reeling. Now's our chance to kick them the hell out of our space for good. He turns to the room of hardened officers and singles out one man, Captain Logan Bell, the hero who single-handedly saved Earth from conquest. Bell, you magnificent son of a bitch, you're leading this mission. We're gonna ram a fist right down the Nasat's goddamn throats. Logan nods, already mentally assembling his dream team for the near-impossible task ahead. A death-defying strike on Helion Prime, the crown jewel of the Nasat Dominion. His first pick is Zara Madani, a hacker savant who can slice through alien computer systems smoothly. Next is Jaro Ibarra, a battle-scarred Marine with a personal vendetta. His homeworld left a smoking ruin by Nasat atrocities. Rounding out the squad are the toughest, most skilled warriors humanity has to offer, each fueled by ironclad determination to defend their species' freedom. Poring over star charts and intel, they plot a masterfully audacious operation. Weeks later, with a staccato of switch flips and terse commands, Logan's stealth frigate pierces the veil between spaces, hurling through arcane slipstream currents on a high-risk vector for Helion Prime. Klaxons blare as the ship careens from slipspace in high orbit, decks shuddering from the risky transit. No time for subtlety now. On Logan's mark, the team splits into two prongs of attack. Zara's fingers dance across the control console, nimbly unraveling layers of alien encryption. Logan reads the streaming data, guiding his elite commandos in a breakneck assault on a fortified Nasat bunker complex. Breachers blast smoking holes in the reinforced bulkheads, ushering the squad into a maelstrom of close-quarters combat. Homing on Zara's intel, they cut a savage path of destruction to the heart of the bunker. Alien bodies and smoldering rubble mark their passage. Logan kicks through the last blast door, coming face to face with their true quarry, Gruss, the architect of the foiled Earth invasion. Plasma fire singes the air, Logan's men pitting training and fury against the Nasat leader's elite guard. Yarrow spots Groose cowering behind the melee. Bellowing in rage, the big Marine dives through the firestorm, tackling the warlord to the deck, rifle leveled between his eyes. "This is for Nuevo Acapulco, you alien fuck," Haro snarls, and with a squeeze of the trigger splatters Gruss's brains across the decking. High above, the orbital action unfolds with clockwork precision. Nimble human fighters shimmer into existence, skating past the Nasat's sensor nets. Antimatter warheads cascade from their launch bays in rippling waves, slamming into the shipyards and defense platforms in blinding flashes of destruction. Then the main gun, a mammoth human armada, breaches from slipspace, emerging from the ruptured defenses to deliver their knockout punch. Nasat ships boil from their moorings in confused disarray, only to be scythed down in merciless volleys of railgun and missile fire. Outmaneuvered, outfought. Their nerve center on Helion Prime a decapitated ruin, the Nasat fold with stunning speed. Their mighty war machine crumples, beaten by a species they dismissed as primitives, felled by daring, tenacity, and the ferocious human refusal to bend the knee. In mere hours, Helion Prime lies firmly under Earth's boot heel, the jewel pried from the Nasat Dominion's broken fist. Humanity's first blow in a war to drive the aliens from their space, once and for all. The taste of victory still fresh, humanity wasted no time. Logan Bell stood on the bridge of the flagship Retribution, surveying the tactical display. Dozens of green icons representing human ships swept across the star map, retaking world after world from Nasat control. "Sir Thetis is under attack," his XO reported. Logan nodded grimly. Time to show those bastards what real tank warfare looks like. On Thetis's surface, Kodiak heavy tanks churned across wheat fields, their tracks crushing stalks of grain. Captain Elena Reeves gripped the controls of her lead tank as Nasat scarab walkers loomed on the horizon. "All units, weapons free," she barked into the comm. Railguns roared to life, hypersonic slugs tearing through alien armor, scarabs toppled, their spindly legs sheared off by pinpoint fire. Return shots glanced harmlessly off the Kodiak's sloped hulls. In the urban center, Jaro Ibarra led his Marines through rubble-choked streets. Plasma bolts sizzled past as they leapfrogged from cover to cover. A Nasat trooper popped out of a bombed-out storefront. Jaro's rifle cracked, dropping the alien with a headshot. "Keep pushing," he shouted. "Clear every building." Above Korovich Prime, Zara Madani's fingers flew across her console. Alien firewalls crumbled before her onslaught of zeros and ones. "Their defenses are down," she reported, sending targeting data now. Human bombers streaked in, fusion warheads detonating in brilliant flashes. Kilometer-long orbital rings cracked and shattered, raining twisted metal onto the planet below. Logan's boots hit dirt on Canis 4 as his dropship touched down. Bullets whizzed overhead as his team sprinted for the ion cannon facility. They stacked up on the entrance, breaching charges, blowing the doors wide. Logan burst in, his rifle chattering as he dropped 2 Nasat guards. "Control room secure," he radioed, "bringing the big gun online now." The massive cannon swiveled, its beam lancing out to gut Nasat cruisers in high orbit. Fighters pounced on the crippled ships, finishing them off with missile salvos. On Rohan's world, Logan watched from his command ship as the planet burned. Nasat ships desperately tried to maintain their cordon as native insurgents harried them from below. Human vessels punched through their lines, systematically dismantling the occupation force. Intel reports flooded in. The Nasat were in disarray, their homeworlds descending into chaos. But Logan knew the war wasn't over. Not yet. He studied the star chart, a plan forming. "Set course for the Zoran shipyards," he ordered. "It's time to end this." Stealth ships slipped through Nasat defenses, seeding space with antimatter mines. Logan's fleet emerged from slipspace, goading the enemy into pursuit. Nasat warships surged forward, right into the trap. A staccato of silent detonations rippled across the void. Antimatter met matter in cataclysmic annihilation. When the fireworks faded, the once mighty Nasat armada was reduced to cooling slag and spinning debris. Days later, Logan stood before the Nasat delegation. Their mandibles clicked nervously as he laid out humanity's terms. No more occupations, no more incursions. A clear line drawn between their civilizations. The Nasat commander's eye stalks drooped in defeat. "We accept your terms," it rasped. Logan allowed himself a grim smile. Humanity had won its place among the stars, and God help any alien race foolish enough to threaten that hard-won freedom again. The Terran Liberation Fleet hung in orbit above Nasat Prime, a swarm of sleek warships casting long shadows over the ravaged world below. On the bridge of his flagship, Logan Bell stood rigid, hands clasped behind his back as he gazed at the devastation through the view screen. Cities once gleaming with alien splendor now smoldered, great plumes of smoke rising from shattered skyscrapers. The streets ran with the blood of Nasat civilians, their bodies strewn amid the rubble of their once mighty civilization. Logan's mind focused. "Status report," he barked. Zara Madani's fingers danced across her console. "Sir, I've breached the last of their communication networks. The Nasat military command structure is in total disarray." On the tactical display, red icons representing Nasat strongholds winked out one by one. Logan nodded grimly. "And the civilian population?" "Chaotic, sir," Zara replied. "We're picking up widespread rioting, looting. She hesitated. "It's not pretty down there." Logan turned to his XO. "Prep a landing party. We need boots on the ground to restore order." Minutes later, Logan led a contingent of heavily armed Marines through the ruined streets of the Nasat capital. The acrid stench of burning plastics and ozone filled the air. Terrified Nasat civilians scurried for cover at their approach, mandibles clicking in fear. A child's wail pierced the eerie silence. Logan held up a fist, halting the squad. He crouched beside a pile of debris, gently lifting a section of fallen wall. A young Nasat, no more than a hatchling, cowered beneath. "It's okay," Logan said softly, extending a hand. We're not here to hurt you. The child's eye stalk swiveled wildly, but it didn't flee. Logan scooped up the trembling alien, cradling it against his armored chest. "Medic," he called. As his team tended to the injured Nasat, Logan's comm crackled to life. "Sir," Zara's voice came through, "we've detected a massive energy spike at the Palace District. It's Archon Vorlisk. He's gone mad." Logan sprinted through the war-torn streets, his shock troops struggling to keep pace. They burst into the opulent throne room just as Vorlisk, the once mighty Nasat leader, activated a dead man's switch. "For the glory of the Dominion," the deranged Archon screeched. Logan's eyes widened as he saw the antimatter containment fields fluctuate. "Everyone out!" he roared. The human soldiers scrambled for the exit. Logan lunged for his emergency teleporter, slapping the activation stud. As the device whined to life, he caught a final glimpse of Vorlisk, mandibles spread in a rictus of hate. Then a blinding flash consumed everything. Logan materialized on his flagship's bridge, stumbling as the deck plating shuddered beneath his feet. Through the view screen, he watched in horror as a miniature sun blossomed in the heart of the Nasat capital. "My God," he whispered. As the fireball dissipated, leaving a smoldering crater where the Palace District had stood, Logan's shoulders slumped. The magnitude of what they'd done, what he'd done, crashed over him like a tsunami. Zara's voice, usually so confident, wavered. "Sir, we're receiving surrender signals from all remaining Nasat forces. It's over." Logan said nothing, his gaze fixed on the ruined world below. They'd won their freedom, ensured humanity would never again face alien subjugation. But at what cost? The comm system chimed, and General Tremblay's gruff voice filled the bridge. "Bell, what's your status? Did we get the bastards?" Logan closed his eyes, exhaling slowly. When he spoke, his voice was leaden with the weight of victory. "Mission accomplished, sir. The Nasat Dominion has fallen."
You have reached the end of the story. If you enjoyed this story and want to support us, please leave a like and subscribe to our channel. And for every comment that says 88, I will heart every single one of them. Thank you for your time.